Hello, viewer/listener, and welcome to Break, the Fallthrough After Show. I'm here with my wonderful panel of Matt and Ian, and we just recorded that episode about the AWS and Azure outages, and we had a lot of thoughts, and now we're going to have more thoughts about maybe that, but probably something else. So, yeah, what do you guys want to chat about? I think, Matt, you had something you wanted to talk about.
I did, but Ian, please, you know, we were not going to see you for like 7 months, so please go.
Fair enough. No, I don't know. I'm thinking about the AWS outage again. And the craziest part to me is that a lot of like Amazon's global stuff still depends on US East 1, which is wild to me. Like all of the billing system went down when US East 1 went down.
That's
like,
wow. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it's like the sacred region.
Yeah, it's like that was like their first data center, right? Or one of the first regions that was available. So they probably just built stuff and just kind of left it there. So it's like a historical thing. But that is funny that billing goes down when one region goes down.
I think that's true. I hope I'm not lying. I'm pretty sure it's true. Yeah. I think there's like some Route 53 stuff that's also global, but US East 1. Like it starts in US East 1 and gets replicated everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. No, I just like pulling apart how all this stuff works is like a complex endeavor. And I think we all kind of suffer too from it works most of the time, so it's okay thought pattern.
That's how I feel about it, honestly. I'm one of those lazy engineers, sorry.
I mean, it's hard to not be, because there's just so much work that we all have to do that it becomes challenging to focus on doing stuff at a deeper level. You gotta take time. You gotta spend that political power to actually do that and make that happen. And that's not an easy task.
All right, let's go on something more hype.
Matt, what's the thing you want to talk about, Matt?
Why'd you both just look at me? Okay, fine. I will hype it up. Not only did AWS have an outage, and then Microsoft had an outage, but then this very week, a week later, Amazon's like, peace out, 15,000 people. It's been real. Have fun. You're no longer employed.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, it's so weird. It's like you're having infrastructure instability issues, right? And you're having, now your stance is to say goodbye, engineers. You know, like, I'm sure that this layoff was 90 days plus coming, because they usually have like notice periods and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I'm sure this was already decided before the outage, but it's just the optics are so bad, you know? And then the stance that they took on it was, given the increase of AI efficiencies and blah, 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 we anticipate that we won't need all of this, you know, all of these engineers, and we want to save costs and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, so you're citing AI as part of the reason why you're laying people off. But then you had an outage, a major outage the week before. It's a weird look. And I don't know. That's what we do. We just outage and then lay people off. Okay, that's what this field is about now. It's really it's frustrating.
Yeah, and it feels like also it's like, we anticipate the AI. Yeah. And it's like not, we're actively running AI now. We have redundancies. It's like we anticipate we will have redundancies, so we're laying all these people off. And I'm like, has that not bitten all of you enough already? Like, you keep doing this. Like, they keep doing this thing of where they lay off a bunch of people, and then they're like, oops, laid off too many, and then they go back and hire a bunch of people, and then they lay them off.
Every time. It's a seesaw. It's a seesaw. We just keep going back and forth. And it's like, I don't know. I don't see any value anymore trying to like prep for a FAANG career.
No.
I just don't see it. I don't see the value there. If I was new to the field and I was trying to break into I see value in software. I see value in a technology role. I do. I still think that people should study this industry and this field and do these things. And yes, AI is here and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. You should consider that in your career choice. But there's so much localized opportunity out there that you don't need to go to FAANG to make some money, you know?
Right.
Really don't. There's local opportunity in your town, in your region, in your country, or whatever, that you can fill those gaps. There's businesses that are probably on the same street as you that need your help. You know, they need software skills, they need AI skills, they need this stuff. You don't need to always go to the FAANG companies to be a successful quote unquote successful software engineer. And Kelsey Hightower like posted on LinkedIn about the whole I think it was in response to Mr. Jensen from NVIDIA saying something along the lines of plumbers and electricians are going to be the next millionaires. And then it was just like, no, they're like lying to your face. You know, it's another avenue of wealth flowing to the top, essentially, is what he was saying. You know, because once you plumb and electric, how do you what's the verb?
Electrify?
Electrify?
Wire?
Install electricity?
Wire.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wire. Better. Yeah, better. Once you plumb and wire these data center facilities for these AI data centers, you're getting let go too. What do you think? You know what I mean? So sure, you could
you need some electricians and plumbers to be there for maintenance, but yeah.
90% of you are pieced out though.
Yeah. A percentage of you are gone. So yeah, maybe you could make a million or something plumbing and wiring these data centers and doing these things. But then that's it. You're done after that. So it's just this whole like layoff mentality and trying to get to FAANG. It's just another like centralization of like sort of the wealth. And I just want to encourage people that there's more localized problems you can solve. You know, make business websites for your local businesses, help them with their technology stack. People still don't have custom domains for their businesses. They're still running on Gmail. They need website updates. They need automation, business backend stuff. Like, go do that work for these people. And you can make some good money doing that stuff.
Good small business accounting software would be a godsend.
Accounting software, scheduling software. I'm not talking just Calendly stuff. I mean like scheduling with clients and like order processing things. Because these businesses, the problem with this industry a little bit is that we think that we can solve all problems with one technology solution. And the needs of these businesses are so different that delivery for this business could look different than delivery from that business. And if you try to solve for both of them in one tool, both solutions suck now. So you kind of do need these more tailor-made solutions for these businesses. And AI is showing that a little bit with the whole, I can prompt AI to make me a small little precise tool and it'll do a pretty good job of it. And like, you think the average business owner can do that? No, they need your help. They need the technical help. So like this field is not dead in that regard. I just think the dream of chasing FAANG for a, fat TC of 500K plus or whatever, I think that is mistaken today.
I have a friend that's not just a couple years back sold his scheduling software for dog grooming for 7 figures. Like it's not unheard of. Like those little niche things, like they do make money.
Yeah. And like really so much of the software that's out there that's available for businesses to buy is just such crap. It's just like, I feel like there's always this void. There's like, they make software for like the very simple use cases. And then they make software for the incredibly complex use cases, right? Like QuickBooks Online is good for very simple business needs. Very simple. And then you have things like SAP, which are very good for extremely complex business needs. But if you're like in the middle, it gets kind of fuzzy real quick about like what's useful. Like one of the things you have to deal with is like, for instance, if you like have Stripe and like QuickBooks, like there's no, like you have to use a third-party plugin to move data from Stripe into QuickBooks. That's just not like something that automatically happens. So there's like a bunch of work that you need to do to set up a process to actually move the information over. And then you gotta keep it all in sync as well. And it's just like, well, why isn't there just accounting software that just automatically connects to Stripe or to Paddle or to Lemon Squeezy or to wherever to actually pull everything down that you need and sync it, or Square or whoever, but meant for the small to medium businesses that like have people that understand accounting. Because a lot of this, like QuickBooks these days, looks more and more like personal budgeting apps than it does a double entry accounting system. Because I think a lot of people don't want to sit down and learn double entry accounting, even though double entry accounting is pretty simple at its core. And I think you could probably build software that exposes it to people in a way that can help them if you gave them like a tutorial and there was like built-in guidance, because it is a really good system for like deeply introspecting how your business is doing if you set things up properly. But it's complicated. As someone that now has to do business taxes, it's very complicated, because you also have like, you know, there's different ways of doing accounting, which I think people don't understand. Like if you ever have worked at a publicly traded company, or you like read companies' earning reports, they have GAAP and non-GAAP numbers. And I was always like, why are there two different numbers? It's like, well, and GAAP is the generally accepted accounting principle. So it's a set of principles that are used in the US of like, this is how you do accounting. But GAAP and the IRS rules are often in conflict with each other. So you have to have like one version of your books for GAAP and another version of your books basically for the IRS. And so you have to be able to maintain that. But like if you go and look at QuickBooks and stuff, there's nothing in there for that. You got to just set that up yourself. And it's like, oh, it'd be nice if like someone built some software to handle that sort of thing, or even to handle like making your taxes easier to do. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's just like, man, I just wish there was something here that fit this nice little niche. And there often isn't, because like the big players have to cater to such a wide audience that it just becomes annoying.
And like, I know people are probably sitting there like, oh, go build it yourself for your own use case. Yeah, we can and do that. But also there's money. What I'm trying to say is there's money to be made there. You know what I mean? Like
there's money to be made just integrating things. Like
exactly.
A lot of money to be made just integrating.
Right.
Things.
Like,
there's a lot of really crappy sort of plug-in integrations out there that are trying to like nickel and dime these business owners, and it's kind of crappy to use. All you gotta do is just build a decent one and like charge, be very transparent with what you're providing and what you're not and what you're charging for. And you can make money off of these things. Like the problems are there is what I'm trying to say. And you can make real money the same way that the electricians and the plumbers can make real money and have a good living and a good life, because they recognize that people are still going to need this work done. There's more technology work now to be done. And I don't know, I wish we can, everyone's just in a rush to go to like a well-known tech company to make their 6-figure plus thing. And it's like, but then you get laid off. You know what I mean? Then you're part of the massive layoff, and they never loved me. They don't care about me. Family. Blah, blah. Like, yeah, it was bullshit from the start, man. Like, what did you expect? You know, at least if you go learn businesses around you and learn their problems, you can write software to solve their problems, and then you're developing relationships. You know what I mean? So that you're not getting laid off there. You're having a relationship now. You're well known, and how do you think all of these the lawyer of the area in your area of living, oh, this is the lawyer that we all use. This is the insurance broker we all use. This is the chef we all use, the cake artist we all use. How do you think they came about? They found the need, or they found a gap, and they started addressing it with their problem. Those gaps exist for technology too. And you can become that that person for this. I mean,
every time I think about like POS systems, I'm like, I think
it's garbage.
A big part of the problem is that like people want to just go and like, oh, we'll just use Toast, we'll just use this, we'll just use that. And I think it's like, no, we need more like specialized POS systems that are like built for your business. And like there's money to be made doing that. Like one of the bars I go to, like they have a POS system that's like not really that well known, but it's built specifically for bars. Like the person that designed it was like a bartender, and then they built a POS, a point of sale system, specifically to operate in the way that bars do, and things that are exclusively bars. So not like bar restaurants, because if you're a bar and a restaurant, like you also need like a ticket system so you can send things to the kitchen to make and send to you, and send out to the tables and whatnot. But if you're just a bar, then you can make a simpler software that is fast for bartenders to enter things and do all of that. So it's like, I think
I'm feeling the same pain. I'm feeling the same pain in the chocolate shop. We're using Shopify, their online presence plus POS. And their POS is kind of a POS, right? In so many ways. Like a popular thing in the chocolate shops, the chocolate shop is a more seasonal business. People want to come up to us and say, hey, I want to place an order for a later pickup because it's my anniversary next week. Right. And I want to get my order in so you could make it fresh and blah, 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 blah. That is a very common thing. And the only way they can do that is online. You can only place a pickup order online. If they're sitting there in the store buying chocolate from us live, they can't also buy a pickup order for later. Horrible.
That's awful. What?
Awful. Completely awful. Had I known that, we would have never chose Shopify as the POS system. And like, I can solve that with some custom software and blah, 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 but I don't have the time to do that given my day job, right? Like it's very difficult for me to do that. So we work around it, right? You know, we do some like, we either charge them online and tell them, hey, go visit this invoice URL and pay for it. And it'll be, or we like write a physical note, you know what I mean? And like say, hey, this order's for pickup and do it that way. And it sucks. Like, why do we have to deal with this? And there's other things too, like delivery zones, because chocolate is a specialized product for delivery. You can't just send it out any old way. It has to be, you have to know where it's going and adjust your rates a little bit accordingly. Because sending it to Florida, you can't just choose ground, you know, UPS ground or whatever. It has to be next day air because it's a hot place and you just can't take the risk on it.
Right.
And like these things, and Shopify does have some ways of doing the shipping stuff. It's not as granular though as you would like. It's like radius based. And radius based is not always the best either, right? Because it's, you know, so just this more specialized software, when you really understand the domain of the problems you're working in, it's there. There's gaps, man. There's gaps and it's there. And it's just, please go find those gaps and build for it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also fascinating when people really choose like mismatch software. Like another one of the bars I frequent, they use Square for their POS, which like Square is just not a good bar and restaurant POS system. It's so strange that they use it.
Great flea market POS system, or like, you know,
yeah, or great, like if you're just like a
whatever.
Retail store, I think Square would be fine. But like, it's just not good for bar and restaurant. Like that Toast definitely has the monopoly or the, you know, basically monopoly of that space. But even with that, like Toast is still just like, it's not great. So,
as a customer, Toast is great.
Yeah. I think as a customer, and I have heard like some people like some things about it, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I think we're also all used to Toast at this point because it's everywhere. So, and it's definitely like the way that charges show up is sometimes a little weird and other stuff, but yeah. Like for instance, like one of the annoying things about Toast is like if you're at a restaurant, because the way that tap to pay works or like Apple Pay and all that, like it provides extremely little information. Like you don't get name, you don't get any of that stuff by like with you if you do tap to pay. So like you're trying to open a tab for someone, they still have to like swipe the card to do the pre-auth because then you'll have a name and then that name will be on the tab. So it's just like, oh, this is slightly annoying and we probably should have a protocol for this. But that's really only like a bar type of problem because like restaurants, you just have like tables. So you don't have that type of issue.
I mean, I ran into a similar thing at Home Depot where I bought an item and I didn't hold on to the receipt or email myself the receipt. And you usually can go to this place, to Home Depot, and say, hey, I bought items on this credit card, I want to return it. And you give them the credit card. And I used tap to pay. There was last three of the credit card, but I don't know that because it was a randomly generated token or whatever. So now I'm like, oh, actually, damn, I can't return this. I have to go try to find the receipt or something if I even still have it. And like, that's just I get why. I get the whole security aspect of the random generated. I get that side. But it's like we stopped there and we forgot to say like, hey, how do we like then continue to link this to a profile so
Right.
that this user can like be linked to their purchase history. And,
Right.
we just like say,
Like
nope,
you
not a
should be able
problem.
to look it up, like not the store. Like you should be able to be like, oh,
Yeah,
here's the
I should be
number
able to
used.
say like, oh, this is what I used here, and have that, or at least at POS time say, hey, you know, what's your profile? I want to add this. I want to add this transaction to your profile so that you
Right.
have it for future reference. And there's not even that, right?
I mean,
it's just
that-
a paint, you know.
That is the thing where like this is where like the difference between a personal credit card and business credit card are different, because like personal credit card support, I don't remember what it's called, but a protocol where like the POS system will send you a receipt that then you can just go into your credit card like your credit card service, and then when you look at the transaction, there's a receipt there. And it's like that should probably be rolled out much more widely, so that if you want the receipt, you can just go and click on the transaction on their website and be like, oh, okay, here's the receipt. Which would also avoid the need for you having to like text it or email it to yourself or any of that. It's just like, no, like,
Which also costs money, by the way, for whoever sending the message,
Right.
Like, and this is where Whole Foods is kind of cool with this, because you scan your Amazon
oh yeah,
membership or whatever, and whatever form of payment you use, like
for Amazon,
it links to your Amazon history. And now I can see what we buy at Whole Foods and see the receipts for it. Not that I'm returning much, but like it's nice. I see my order history and blah, blah, blah. Or if I don't scan my Amazon rewards card and I use my Amazon Prime credit card, right, that links it automatically. And I know which is great, because now I don't have to worry about this, and I don't have to even print a receipt paper and get all these forever chemicals and crap on my hands anyway. Right? Great. Win-win. Good job. But that's limited to Whole Foods. That's not solved more widely, right? And
no, I do like that at Whole Foods. It's just like you walk up, you scan the QR code, it's like, oh, hello, and then you check out, and then instead of having to you just hit pay with my default card on Amazon, and then you're good, and then you can just walk out. Like,
yeah, it's amazing. It's great. And like that's the sort of integrations that help the consumer. And yeah, sure, you can say whatever you want about Whole Foods and Amazon, they're spying. I don't care. Like, what do you want me to do? It's right there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to the other supermarket. It's literally right there. That's just a factor of location. Whatever, man.
yeah. Like, I don't know how I feel about the palm scanning thing, but like
That's
everything.
weird.
Yes.
I love it.
I do not use that. So my wife and I are very against that.
I don't know why. There's not a good reason. It's not like it tracks you any better than your credit card does.
Yeah. It's just there's like an
It just feels
apprehension.
bad.
Yeah. It feels weird, even though it's like, yeah, no, it's much easier to track you based on your credit card and all the information you get from that. Or just like your phone in the store. Although I think I don't know if Android does this, but Apple definitely does this, where it like rotates your MAC address and all this other stuff to prevent tracking, which is, somewhat helpful, but like they can still track you through the store using Wi-Fi. Like it's not hard to do at all. So it's like, yeah, they're already tracking you a ton. So it's not like your palm is probably not the thing you got to worry about. And then also if you're worried about your data, like data breaches are everywhere.
Yeah, I
gonna
get
say?
it randomized.
Speaking of tracking, have you all seen like I think it's called BitChat, the Twitter guy? God, what's his name?
What kind
Jack?
of random ass shit are you into?
So yeah, Jack. I'm pretty sure it's Jack Dorsey. Yeah, BitChat is a mesh chat via Bluetooth Low Energy,
Oh my God.
and they used it during the most recent like uprising against the government.
So it's like you can only chat with people that are physically in your vicinity of Bluetooth LE. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll mesh. So if there's enough of you, you can go pretty far.
Right. So I don't have to have line of sight with you. I just have to have mesh coverage to you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I think it also has like a Tor based network one, but it's the Bluetooth Low Energy. That's cool. But in what is that country that just
This
had
is
an
cool for
uprising?
like hurricane outages or, hurricane and things of that, which it says right here on this site.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
I think this is really cool.
Next thing you know, we're gonna have LoRA chat and just you can go up to 5 miles away.
Hold on, Chris. My light's off. You can't send me a message.
No,
But this is cool though, because it is the failure mode is not like the bed, right? It's not going to stay raised up like the bed. At least you can if Kris and I and you are all together, I can send you messages even if we're not like right next to each other. So that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like that's kind of how like the Find My network works too, where it's just like I don't know, is your thing you're trying to find near an iPhone or in Mac, any type of Apple device? Okay, then like we know where it is. So yeah, those types of like NFC or Bluetooth LE technologies or LoRa are all like really cool, and we should definitely be using that.
Is LoRa like Halo, or is it a different thing?
LoRa is the light one, right?
No. LoRa is long range radio. So it's
I'm sorry. I was thinking it was the light one.
No.
Yeah.
So that gives you like a couple miles of coverage. Not range. Yeah, so there's like LoRa WAN. I don't know like what the distance
Oh,
is.
I might have been thinking of like Wi-Fi or something, or
Yeah.
something along that line. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, so apparently in perfect conditions it can go 210 miles, but in more practical conditions it goes 10 kilometers or like 6.2 miles.
I mean, 10 kilometers is like a fiber run. That's serious.
Yeah.
Low bandwidth though, right?
Yeah, it's low bandwidth. But like I think it's been used for things like power meters and stuff like that. Because it does have good range to it, and it doesn't require you to have like infrastructure built up like cell towers or Wi-Fi or anything like that. So yeah, people are using it for like different types of projects, which are really, really cool. It's like low power, low bandwidth.
There's also Wi-Fi Halo, which is like 1 kilometer Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's cool.
I still have to use Xfinity though, so you know. No, this is good though. This is why I like Break, because we kind of just branch off into different topics, and I don't know. I like the casual nature of it.
Yeah, we went from AWS outages to POSs to long-range communication systems.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope it inspires people, honestly, to just understand that this field is not just FAANG. We don't have to centralize to the cloud all the time. We don't have to keep giving money and time and effort to the top, right? We don't have to keep shoveling money, time, and effort all the way up to these top companies. You can go do these things that are more, I don't want to say decentralized, but it's just more local first, like you said, both in like design and just in problem solving. And hopefully people, listen to this, have a little bit of a inspiration for it.
For sure. Well, in the spirit of keeping Break short,
yeah, let's keep it short.
We should probably end it there. Any last words from you, Ian or Matt?
Ian's face is so confused.
Last words seems ominous, but
well, anything you want to say before we end the episode?
I got nothing.
Okay.
No, just thanks everyone. This was a fun one. I actually enjoyed both these conversations.
Yeah, these were good conversations.
Not that I don't normally, but it's just fun to kind of.
Yeah, I enjoyed it this time. Normally it's
terrible.
I don't know. It's fun to have sometimes no guests and just kind of no agenda really. You just kind of riffing a little bit.
Yeah,
nice.
It's nice.
All right. Well, viewer, listener, how'd you like that second conversation? Do you have thoughts on point of sale systems or long range communication? Let us know in the comments and on social media. This episode of Break featured Kris Brandow, Matthew Sanabria, and Ian Lester-Lopshire. Break is produced by Kris Brandow, and our beats are by Breakmaster Cylinder. And we're done.